September edition of Lenny's Place, brought to you by Hillendale Stallions. If you're out here at the Keeneland sale over the next 2 weeks, be sure to check out the consignment over at Hillendale. All right, the big race, the big event for the summer was the Travers Stakes. Triple Crown winner American Pharoah ventured east to try the Travers. He was hooked early by Frosted, put him away, but had no answer for Keen Ice. Hence, we are sitting here with the owner of Keen Ice, the managing partner of Donegal Racing, Mr. Jerry Crawford. Welcome to Lenny's Place,
Thanks
Jerry.
very much. It's good to be here with you. And speaking of Hillendale,
yes,
your sponsor, they happen to be standing a sire over there, I think, named Curlin.
They sure are, yes. Yeah, everything's a tie-in here, and we're going to get to this. Jerry, 50, 60,000 people at Saratoga that day. I know you travel with a big group, so I'm going to say 98% of them were there to see American Pharoah, but tell us what it was like in the moments after defeating American Pharoah for you and your group at Saratoga.
Well, first I have to tell you what happened on Saturday morning on race day. I called Dale Romans and said, listen, we ran for second at the Haskell because we knew that's as good as we could do, going a mile and an eighth. We should beat American Pharoah today, but we're going to have to put our horse in the race sooner. And Dale said, I can't believe you're saying this, because I woke Tammy up at 3:30 in the morning and said exactly the same thing to her. But he said, tell you what, you call Javier Castellano. I don't want him thinking I'm crazy. So I called Javier, and Javier's like, before you say a word, I have this idea. And Javier was total buy-in, and Keen Ice was never more than 5 lengths back for the first time in his racing career. Mm-hmm. And the reason we knew we could do that was he has developed, he gets more tactical speed every month that goes by. Mm-hmm. And we know you can't get to the bottom of him from a stamina standpoint. He's always going to outfinish everybody he's running against. So that was the game plan. I have to tell you, and I appreciate people might wonder about this statement, the three of us were absolutely certain we would win that race that day. So in the moments immediately after, it was satisfying, it was emotional, especially when I turned the horse to take him into the winner's circle where all of our partners were, and I saw all of their faces. I mean, it was a very emotional moment to see their emotion, right? But it wasn't a surprise. Yeah. It was like, okay, this is, you know, we've been waiting on him, he's been getting better, and this is the fulfillment of that dream.
Now, I was at Belmont Park the day that Birdstone beat Smarty Jones, and Mary Lou Whitney, who people love even more than you, if I may say, was booed that day. What was the reaction from the crowd to you guys? Was it cordial? Was it okay?
You know, I can't say enough for the crowd at Saratoga that day. The first thing that happened was stunned silence.
Yeah.
I mean, the place just went, and it was so noticeable because, as you'll recall, American Pharoah rebroke on Frosted after it looked like Frosted had corralled him. Yeah. He rebroke on Frosted and put Frosted away, and the noise, it was like a sea of noise, a wall of noise came over that place, and then we blew by him and it just went silent. Yeah. So it was, and then people were, by the time we were in the winner's circle, by the time the horse was being led away, people were extraordinarily gracious and warm. Maybe it wasn't the result they wanted, but they appreciated it and respected it. Yeah.
Tell us about, where are we going to see Keen Ice before we see him a few feet away from here in the Breeders' Cup Classic?
So, you know, I'm a lawyer, and I
mean, you're not going to answer the question?
I run a law firm, and when I say to you, I'm spending my time divided in 2 ways right at the moment. 1, trying to decide what's next for Keen Ice, and 2, trying to work this Keeneland sale. Yeah. My clients are going, where did we fit in that picture? You know, where exactly do we fit priority-wise? So we have not made a decision. Here's the nub of it. Yeah. Horses do not do well in the Breeders' Cup Classic off 60-day rests. Horses that win the Breeders' Cup Classic 90% of the time are coming off a good effort 30 days before. Conversely, all of us who went to the Travers, the 3-year-olds, did it knowing that we've had tough campaigns and that it was going to make the timing very, very awkward.
Yeah.
So we're all probably trying to do the same thing right now. Do we run back? I think that there's a real chance of it, even though we haven't made a decision yet.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, $130,000 2 years ago to buy Keen Ice right here at Keeneland.
120. I'm not a rich guy. I didn't spend 130.
Whatever. We could quibble about 10 grand and think you took home about 900 grand that day at the Travers. It was a good investment. Donegal has been around, I'm going to say 7 or 8 years.
Exactly.
You have been to the Derby in 4 of those 7 years. Fantastic record. Obviously, you were doing something right at these sales. Talk about the team. Talk about how you select horses out of the sales, because you're obviously successful at it.
Yeah, our strike rate's been pretty gratifying. I mean, it's 40% or so running in graded stakes races of our horses. And having been in Triple Crown races 6 years in a row, we've hit the board half the time. And we've only averaged buying 8 horses a year. So, you know, I started putting together data in the year 2000, trying to figure out why do these long shots keep winning the Kentucky Derby. And I was looking for genetic similarities among the horses that hit the board in the 3 classic races. And I started finding them. And we put together a data bank, and it goes back 32 years now. Then in 2008, I came to this sale with $250,000 to buy a colt that matched the algorithm that we had developed, just to see what might happen. And everybody remembers September of 2008 because all of a sudden their 401k was worth about half of what it was the month before. And the first thing people do is they stop buying horses. So having come down here to buy 1 horse for $250,000, I went home owning 8 that I spent $410,000 on. So I'm on the airplane and I'm saying, okay, I can't afford alimony. I mean, how am I going to sell this? How am I going to sell this at home? But my friends had always said, you know, let's do a partnership. You know, buy a horse and we'll all go in on it. So I thought, God, I hope they weren't kidding, right? And that's sort of how it all was born. Our team is very important. I put every single horse, 4,183, I want to say, this time, through the algorithm, and it just says yes or no in terms of the horse's ability from a stamina perspective and a quality perspective and a speed perspective. So I do that. That spits out 10% of the catalog. Then I have Frank Smith, who owns and operates the Ellery Training Center, where we break our horses in South Carolina. I have Connor Foley and Jim Hatchett from Oracle Bloodstock. Those 3 do sort of the first look and will eliminate 2/3 of those horses based on physicality. The horses that remain, I take Dale Romans to see, and he's a savant at this business. When it comes to, I like that one, I don't like that one, he might not be very good at telling you why, but his instincts are damn good. And so then after Dale does what he does, Byron Rogers from Performance Genetics does the cardio and the DNA, and then Dr. John Garrity, who's been our sales vet from day one, does the vet work, and then I get all that back, and then my son Connor Crawford, who's a Darley Flying Start graduate, now at law school in Virginia, he and I decide, in fact we've been on the phone this morning already, decide which horses we're going to actually bid on and what our ceiling is. And there is no wrath known to man like his if I go past the limit that we mutually establish. I don't know where he got this financial conservatism. It's not an Irish gene, I promise you that. But anyway, that's the process. That's the team, and they're just terrific.
Franklin Smith, of course, the man who gave Chris Antley his start at
right.
the Ellery Training Center. Well, whatever the process is, it's certainly working. We look forward to seeing Keen Ice back here, maybe before the Breeders' Cup, maybe at the Breeders' Cup. A fantastic win in the Travers, a fantastic record in your 7 years with Donegal, and thanks for being here with us today, Jerry.
Lenny, thanks for what you do and your publication. It's a very important part of the business.
Oh, we appreciate it. Jerry Crawford's been our guest. Be sure to come back with us in 2 weeks. We'll be back with the next Lenny's Place. Until then, get to that Hillendale consignment. Curlin, the sire of Keen Ice, will be standing at Hillendale later on this winter. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.